Hi guys, welcome to episode 8 of the Fiberista Files. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I was trying to get the cat on camera for you because I know some of you have been saying that you wanted to see her, but she's decided to just be a brat. Come here, Briggs. Come here. Come here. This is the quarrelsome cat that has been causing the problem. Say hi, Briggs. No, not interested, and there's no bugs to chase. Go away. All right, there's nothing then in the dye pots this week. I'm out of, well, that's not actually true. I'm not out of yarn. I have about a pound or 4 skeins of sock yarn that I didn't dye up for the frolic because it had knots in it. It has 3 of the skeins have 1 knot in them each, and 1 has 2 knots in it. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with that yarn. If I want to dye up, like a normal colorway and then offer it at a discount, or if I want to keep it for myself because I personally don't care about knots. I don't think they're a big deal at all. I don't know. So maybe you guys can offer me something for advice. I'm not really sure. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to give it away as a contest prize because you're giving away a skein of yarn with the knot in it, and I'm not sure how people would feel about that. So, at least the knots were caused prior to dyeing. I know that with some skeins of yarn that you buy specifically for the colorway repeats, like Noro comes to mind, that maybe not often, but occasionally people do find knots in their yarn that mess up the color, and I do not want that to happen. Not that I've got a great Noro similar yarn or anything like that, or even that my colors progress, because they really don't. But still, who wants to mess up the middle of their color progression with a knot? So, maybe you guys can tell me what to do with that. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted tonight. Processes. I thought tonight I would talk about what you see behind me. This really isn't a whole lot of a process other than... Alright, I'm just going to come clean with it. About 10 minutes before the first episode of the Fiberista Files was recorded, I discovered moths in my stash. Yeah. My stash, which is behind me, is all my personal stash. None of this is my commercial fiber. None of it's what I sell. My fibers that I sell aren't even in the same room. This is like a personal getaway for me. So I wasn't worried about it getting into my stash, but I still didn't want to talk about it, especially with my very first podcast episode. That would have been horrific. I was pretty horrified. I walked into my room the night to record, and there were things hanging on the ceiling. Not a lot, just a few, like brown things hanging from the ceiling, and I kind of stopped breathing and panicked and screamed at my husband to come upstairs, and he trundled up the stairs, and I said, "What is that?" And he says, "It looks like a cocoon. Why? What's the big deal?" And I said, "Don't tell me that. That means we have moths." We searched all through my fiber. Everything is organized. It doesn't look organized, but I've got, hand spun 2-ply, hand spun 3-ply, my works in fiber progress are over here. Everything's categorized, and I have a little chart to keep it neat. Well, we found, after searching for several minutes, what we thought was the origin of the infestation, which was actually a bundle of fiber that I had bought at last year's Fiber Frolic. So somebody sold me fiber with moths in it. I don't even know the shop name where I got it. It was some lady who was selling carded roll eggs or something of, I think it was a llama Angora wool blend. And I was going to try core spinning with it, but I hadn't gotten to it yet. And it had moths in it. So I ended up having to throw away, I think, 6 bundles of fiber that had been chewed on and pooed on by whatever the larvae is of the wool moth. Great. And I have a bunch of fiber that is still in quarantine that I have bagged up, airtight, sealed, and I bagged them in order to cook them at a future date. I couldn't deal with it then. I still have not been able to deal with it. Some of it's stuff that I've had for 1.5 years or 2 years. Some beautiful Shetland. I don't know what I'm going to do with it if it's messed up and ruined. So what I'm going to do, the process that I was going to tell you about was, those turkey pans that I had showed before that I do my fiber in. I'm going to get another pair of disposables that I can throw away when I'm done. Put some water in the bottom of the pan, put the fiber in, spread it all out, and I'm going to cook it at 200 degrees in the oven for about 45 minutes. According to all the research that I've read, that will kill the clothes moths. I know that there's a microwave option too, but quite frankly, I use my microwave for food more often than my oven, and there's just, no. I need to use the oven. I need to know that I am cooking the little buggers. So there were only, I think, 5 cocoons that I found total. There could have been way more, and I'm trying to remember that I am thankful that it wasn't a bigger infestation, but really I'm kind of horrified. I always laughed at people. Not laughed at people. I was always sort of dismissive of the fear of wool moths. But holy crap, once you see that there is wool moths in your fiber, you kind of panic. And it sucks horribly. So that's what I've been dealing with. So now that I've totally cleaned my cubbies out, I've let them sit. You know, anything that was going to hatch would have hatched by now. It's been very humid and warm. It really took almost a year for those eggs to hatch, but it's been plenty warm enough for them to hatch. And I'm going to try and move the camera. Sorry, this is going to jiggle. All of my fiber, which is in the top 2 rows, all of this is bagged and will stay bagged completely. Up here, which reverse image right there, you can see that is my nasty, stinky lavender wool killer cake. It's horrific. It smells terrible and it is giving me a headache already. But it's what I had right now until I need to pick up some lavender essential oil. I haven't found any local. I don't want to have to buy it online. I know that there are places around that carry it. I just haven't been in the right place at the right time. So I am going to attempt to find some lavender scented essential oil and hopefully take care of that issue. So, and I just need to say again that none of the fiber that I sell is ever in this room. So we're good. Really. I promise. And they're all kept in airtight containers. But that's the process that I've been dealing with, is saving the stash from the dreaded moths. I'm going to pick up my notes that I dropped on the floor. What else? Oh, business. I gotta say, since the Fiber Frolic, I was expecting a couple of people to buy fiber that I had spoken with at the Frolic, or, you know, there's always that buyer's regret of I should have gotten more and I forgot, or I didn't get to go back, or whatever. So I was expecting some more sales for Maine, and I have gotten a couple. But my shop has been crazy busy the last couple weeks. I've had sales from Texas and Maryland and New Mexico, all since I got home. The shop has been insanely busy. I'm not sure if it's the podcast. If so, hi, and thank you. I'm not sure if it's that I'm on Plurk. I know that a lot of my friends on Plurk have been really intrigued and have wanted a lot of the things that I've been talking about, which is awesome. But whatever the reason, it's been really busy. I am still listing the fibers from the Frolic. It takes a long time to get the pictures and to upload on Etsy and to... It's just really time consuming. I have 3 totes left. 2 totes left. 2 or 3 totes left. I have some BFL and some superwash merino left to list, and then it's just spindles. I've got probably 45 or 50 spindles to list, so there will be a whole metric butt ton of spindles to list, and they're all different, and they all need to be photographed from several angles and written. It's exhausting, but I'm hoping to just keep with me, keep checking back in the shop, and I will keep listing and keep updating, and if there's a colorway that you have seen on the show that you want, and I haven't shown it yet, like somebody just asked me about cherry blossoms yesterday, and I made a reserved listing for that person for the cherry blossom. So if you've seen something and you want it, drop me a line. Say, hey, that candy apple that I saw that time, that red one, I want that. So could you make me a listing? And I'd be happy to do that. You'll see if you've been to the shop, I have several reserved listings already up. So that works for me. I have no problems with that whatsoever. Notes again. Oh, well, okay. Well, we got about a minute maybe. So I don't have a grabby hands for you tonight. I did buy some fiber from Plays Well with Colors on Etsy. I will link that in the show notes. I'm really excited about that, but I don't have it yet, so I didn't have anything to show you on camera. So I thought, Briggs, you're just going to have to wait, honey. I thought I would ask you. You show me some grabby hands. Show me fiber, anything that's been knit, designs, yarn, cats that don't meow, anything you think I might like that might want a podcast about. If you've got a shop and you want me to review your fiber or look at it or, you know, do my own version of yarn porn, let me know. let me know and I'd be happy to look at it. So that's pretty much all I've got tonight. I'm going away for the weekend, so if you're going to buy anything from the shop, it won't ship until Monday. But other than that, happy spinning and knitting, guys, and I'll see you next week.